Super Rugby Trans-Tasman, the Sunday game, is the Highlanders taking on the Rebels. Currently, both of these teams are bottom of their respective kind of logs, with the Highlanders 5th being ranked the bottom New Zealand team, and the Rebels being 10th, the bottom team overall. But remember, the Highlanders have got a game in hand on all their other Kiwi brethren, and with the Chiefs losing, that leaves the door slightly ajar for the Highlanders. I was a bit concerned for them last week when they failed to pick up a bonus point against the Force. And it looks like bonus points are going to be potentially a separating factor. But with the Chiefs dropping a game, it gives the other four New Zealand teams a little bit of leeway. But still, they'll all want to be going undefeated for sure. The Rebels certainly need to bounce back. I mean, they bounced a little bit back after their 50 points to 3 hiding in the first round. They at least scored some points in their second round, but still got well beaten. So let's hope it's a bit of an improvement for them. And yeah, like I said, the Highlanders are basically going to be chasing a win and a bonus point one in this one. I'll go through the squads quickly, some of the head-to-head stats, and you guys can let me know your thoughts how this one's going to be. Remember, it was supposed to be in Queenstown, but it's being played in Sydney because of the lockdown in Victoria. So it's a bit of a disjointed one. It baffles the mind why the hell the Rebels didn't just stay in Queenstown for a week. Like, of all the places in the world you might want to stay, Queenstown's a pretty nice one. Is it a budgetary thing? Maybe they wanted to go see their families. I kind of get it, but at the moment, like, planning extra flights doesn't seem like the brightest idea for mine. But I mean, there's probably all kinds of logistics that's beyond my understanding. I just know that Queenstown's got heaps of hotels. We've got very few international tourists. I'm pretty sure they could have found a place to stay, and it's a pretty nice place to be. But anyway, instead of Queenstown, we are in Sydney, so it's a bit of a setback for the Highlanders and just for the competition overall, because you saw that game in Wollongong yesterday next to the beach. It's just a scenic spot that looks really nice. Anyway, the Highlanders are away from home more than they planned to be. Groot, Coltman and Tokolahi is the front row. So Coltman gets a start this week. Dixon is on the bench for this one. Pari, Parkinson and Dixon are the second row. That's probably one of the better lock-in duos in New Zealand rugby. I've obviously got the white lock Barrett one in the Crusaders, but Parkinson and Dixon is legit classy second row. Pari is a big unit of a man. If he can stay fit every game, I swear he goes down for at least a couple of minutes getting some kind of treatment. Frizell, Lentjes and Renton are the back row, and they've got Himeno and Harmon on the bench. So they're going to be looking to inflict some pain on the Rebels with that 6-2 split. Frizell's your big old ball carrier, Lentjes is your pilferer, and Renton's just overall a bit of a skills guy and a bit of a work rate guy as well. And then you got Harmon, who's going to come on and make a million tackles, and then Himeno, who can do a bit of everything actually. Good jackler, good carrier, and good tackler all round. So yeah, that's a definite area of strength. Aaron Smith and Mitch Hunt are the 19 combo, pretty familiar. Gregory and Collins is becoming a bit of a mainstay in that midfield, and Gregory's having probably his best season. Nareki is the proper X-Factor guy on that left wing. His defenders beaten stats, despite playing a game less than most people, are still kind of top 10. Tomkinson on the other wing, and Josh Ioane, who's been kind of relatively quiet this season, is there at fullback. I mentioned Dixon is on the bench. That's Ash, Johnstone, Thwaites, Selby-Rickit, Himeno, Hamilton, Punivai, and Harmon in the 6-2 split on the bench. So yeah, they're looking to really take it to the Rebels based on this one. For the Rebels, they've got Or, Uelese, and Elof as the front row. Scrum time's going to be one where they have to knuckle down, because Tokolahi doesn't get he doesn't get talked about as much as some of his more fancied kind of tight head rivals here in New Zealand, but he's a proper unit of a scrummager. So the Rebels front row will need to be solid, otherwise it'll be a long day at the office. Ross, Haylett-Petty and Trevor Hosea are the second row. Ross Haylett-Petty is another kind of big old work rate guy, so that's a bit of good news. He's going to be getting through some tackles, but Hosea's a big ball carrier. So yeah, good kind of balanced lock duo there. Leota and Wells plus Naisarani make out also a pretty nice looking back row too. Wells is a work rate guy, very good at the line out. Naisarani, the big ball carrying. Remember, he's been suspended for a wee bit of this season, so he's been back for at least 1 week. Good to see him. Hopefully he gets into some work. Joey Powell and Carter Gordon are the 19 combo, so interestingly, Gordon is still the man at 10, which means Tumua is there at 12. kind of double playmaker thing there with Magnay at 13. I don't know, when I saw Gordon play last time, I think I hadn't seen him play a heck of a lot. He did like a serviceable job on a pack that was kind of going backwards, so it's kind of hard to get a read for him, but I don't know, good for him to have another crack. I probably prefer Tumua at 12, but maybe it's also a Wallabies thing. Maybe they're looking for another guy to play 12 and want to get him some games. I'm not sure how much influence Dave Rennie would have over the Rebels and the selections they make. Like sometimes you see the All Blacks guys kind of send the word down the chain of command that they want to see a certain player at a certain position. So maybe it's a bit of that, or maybe this is what they think is the best combo. Korobete, speaking of kind of X-Factor left wingers, is their guy. Always tops a bunch of the stats, run meters, clean breaks, defenders beaten, all that kind of stuff. He's just always up there because, I don't know, he just gets traction where other guys can't really get it. Anderson and Worth are the other guys in the back three. Henson, Gibbons, Sordoni, Cummins, Hardwick are the forward replacements, plus Lomani, Ili, and Callaway, the back replacements. So it's the traditional 5-3-1 for the Rebels. But yeah, head-to-head, the Highlanders dominate most of the numbers. 10 tries to 2 in this competition thus far. But remember, both of the Rebels' tries came in their last game. They scored none in the first, so that's a 2-try improvement anyway. Clean break 16-10 is not kind of night and day, but it's still the Highlanders who edged that one. They make a similar number of carries, but the run meters they generate, 750 from 2 games for the Highlanders, 538 from 2 games for the Rebels. So yeah, a few more meters per carry for the Highlanders, absolutely. Tackling percentage is the absolutely brutal one. The Highlanders are the top side. From 2 games, 92% tackle percentage. That's test level stuff. The Rebels, kind of unsurprisingly, bringing up the rear on the log, are bringing up the rear on this stat 75%. 75%. 1 in 4 tackles is going astray. So it's kind of unsurprising. They are the 10th ranked team for tackles. They are the 10th ranked team on the log. Line-out percentage, likewise. The Highlanders are up there. They're 3rd on 94%. The Rebels are also 10th on 78.8. Like sometimes you can look at it and go, wow, their tackling percentage is not great. Like the Waratahs, but they're generating a lot of tries or clean breaks, or they've got a good set piece. Like the Brumbies line-out was phenomenal despite a few other stats lacking. There's not a lot of pretty reading for the Rebels, but as I said, their second week performance was better than their first. So we can hope for this game that their third week performance is better than their second. But for the Highlanders' point of view, they absolutely need to get a bonus point win here. Absolutely crucial. So, yeah, only 2 rounds to go after this one. It's a pretty important one for them. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on this one. It is a 5 o'clock game, I think, over here in New Zealand. So it's an afternoon game over in Australia. I'm not sure what the crowd will be like. 2 neutral teams for a New South Welsh crowd, kind of organised on the fly. But anyway, hopefully it's a good one. We'll see. You guys let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.